Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Adrian Holmes from V-Wars, and I am hanging with Galaxy on Comic-Con Radio.
I don't know what I've become. I am your brother. Together we will find a cure for this. Go, go, go. The man you knew is gone.
My people and I are not terrorists, and as much right to live as anyone else. Horrible as it will be, this war is also necessary. Blood Nation will prevail.
The infection is spreading faster than any of us could have anticipated.
No. We're killing this thing. I'm a doctor. I can help make you better.
I need to feed.
Join in with us. Or die alone.
What happens now?
I need a doctor. I am the doctor.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Galaxy signing in for Comic-Con Radio. Coverage of pop culture events from around the globe. Amazing interviews with celebrities. Daily recaps and reviews of popular television. Movie reviews. Everything Comic-Con and fandom from around the globe. Comic-Con Radio. Get ready to enter our universe. Let's go.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Galaxy for another amazing episode of Comic-Con Radio, trying to entertain all of you out there all over the world. We hope you're safe and well and healthy. Today we have a very wonderful guest. This gentleman is rocking TV shows and movies, and his latest TV series, V-Wars, is rocking the world. Today we have Adrian Holmes on Comic-Con Radio. Adrian, what's up, brother?
Hey, brother, how you doing? Thanks for having me.
Hey, thank you for coming on. I appreciate you being here. You were on our live show last week, which went incredibly lovely. Talked to you about a lot of stuff. You got a lot going on. How is things for you during this madness?
Well, it's crazy. It is crazy times for everyone, but we're trying to, be productive every day, keep our vibrations high, and because that's important. As difficult as it is for everyone, we have to try and find something to plug into, so we have a purpose every day. And, we've been doing that. I'm grateful for my health. Thank God that I'm healthy and well, and my family and friends are all healthy at this time as well. And it's not something that we take for granted at all. But it is a bit like Groundhog Day in a way, It's like that movie with Bill Murray, alarm clock goes off at the same time, and you same song, and you do the same kind of thing, but we're trying to mix it up. We're creating structure in our daily routine, and as I said, trying to be as productive as possible so that we can come out of this storm better than we were going into it.
Yeah, the whole world is going through it together. So sometimes I feel bad. I'm like, am I being productive? What's going on? Do you feel that way too?
Yeah. I mean, every day, you have to kind of reevaluate and just kind of take a look inward and really check in on you and how you're feeling and how you're coping. And, every day is different. Some days, you feel a lot higher, a lot happier, a lot more positive than others. And, but I definitely hearing the news and being bombarded with all the losses around the world and all the pain and suffering that this virus has caused on so many people. It is difficult to accept and to, it's a difficult pill to swallow because it's just like, it's hard to really wrap your brain around it. Like, this is actually our reality right now. A few of my friends have lost loved ones and, people close to them. And it's so sad. It's just so sad and hard to believe. It's like we're in a bad movie, and every day, we wake up, we're just hoping that it's a dream and that, we'll wake up and, we're back to normal again. But like I said, we're just trying to keep things in perspective and be there for each other. And I mean, the pros to this, though, is that, it allows us to connect more with our families and our loved ones, those who have children, especially having to homeschool their kids, who don't have the time to spend with their kids normally, are now with their kids 24/7. And bonding with their children in a whole different way, and having so much more appreciation for their school teachers as well, having to homeschool their children. we're connecting with our family and loved ones, and also connecting with ourselves. As I said before, it kind of gives you an opportunity to be still and just, meditate and look inward and do all that spiritual work, which I think is very, very important, especially at a time like this. We need to check in on our spirit, because a lot of people are unstable as it is, with life and, pressures and debt and, health and et cetera, et cetera. So something like this could just push you over the edge. And I'm sure it's pushed a lot of people over the edge. Having a base, spiritual base, a practice that you can implement where you can, a place you can go to self-soothe and feel a sense of peace and give you strength so that you can cope with this new reality that we're experiencing. So
absolutely. You can hear the empathy and also the sympathy in your voice. You have a good heart, man. And, regardless of you being a vampire or, whoever you are in every one of these roles that you play. Let me say something about you, okay, Adrian? I told you last week when we spoke, me and you privately after the live show, I told you about so many different things. I just want to let everyone know that you're one of those people that has been in so many amazing projects, and not just, the guy that's in the back or, the guy that's, holding the light bulb or the car parker or whatever. You're actually the leading person, Jason Momoa. You're in V Wars with another amazing actors, all these different movies, The Bug, all this and that. And I want everyone to watch what you're in. You do your roles amazing. It's very believable, very awesome.
Thank you.
You're a great actor. I could give you 1,000% props. And you are a fandom actor. The whole universe needs to see you at Comic-Cons, man.
I would love that, man. It's funny that I have yet to go to a convention. Having done so many sci-fi projects, it's kind of crazy. But when we get out of this lockdown and get back to work, that is definitely on my priority list, is to make appearances at conventions, especially, having the first season of V Wars under my belt. That's got so many amazing fans who have supported the show that I would love to meet in person and just connect with. So yeah, I'm excited to be a part of the convention world once we get out of this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And look at some of these movies you're in. Skyscraper, Cabin in the Woods, Elysium. Are we there yet? You're even in Hallmark movies. Here's the thing. They want you in it because those are very personable movies. I think, to me, when I watch a Christmas movie, I watch it because who's the leading actor. So cool. So how was it working with Jason Momoa versus The Rock? How was it?
Oh, gosh.
Which one did you choose?
Oh, man, completely different styles. Jason Momoa is he's just, just really cool, the man of the earth, loves to have a good time. We did a movie called Debug many years ago in Toronto, and he's easy going. He makes you feel like you've known him for a long time. Like we didn't feel like strangers when we met. Funny though, but he was in Vancouver doing Stargate Atlantis, and a lot of my friends worked with him on that. I never had a role on that show, funny enough, but I had done Stargate, the original, prior to that. But so our first introduction, our first meeting was on Debug. Great guy, as we all know, and from him and his interviews. And The Rock, that guy is just he's just a force of nature, man. Like when he walks on set, it's like wow, like you just feel a shift in the air, And again, though, a lot of people think he's The Rock, and he's like,
Did you get starstruck? I just want to ask you that.
I don't really get starstruck, but I will admit that when I saw him, no, I know what you mean, but I will admit that when I saw him, there was a moment of, oh, shoot, there he is. There's the guy. That's like the hardest working man in show business right now. I swear to God, he's like programmed to win. His work ethic is just so inspiring and incredible. He's up at 4 a.m. and, hits the iron paradise, as he calls it, and does his morning workout, and then, does what he's got to do before he goes to set and goes to work. And I'm just like, wow, I feel lazy, when around him. But working with him on Skyscraper was great. He was such a pro, made us all feel like we were peers, available for questions. Again, it was no disappointment whatsoever. Both very enlightening human beings, highly elevated, just very in tune with life and themselves, and great guys. Very, very, as I said, very inspiring.
Well,
I love that.
Well, it looks like from when I see it, right, you kind of like worked your way up into a more of a prettier or handsomer co-star, okay? You started with Ice Cube, right? And then you went up, Jason Momoa. Then you went up to Matt Damon. And then you went to Skyscraper, The Rock. And then now you have like one of the prettiest co-stars. I don't want to call him pretty or handsome. Ian Somerhalder, which, a lot of women and also men around the world geek out. Well, they're like, yeah. So you're like working. Who's next, man? Brad Pitt? What's going on with that, bro?
Hey, from your lips to God's ears, brother. I'll take Brad Pitt. I'm a huge fan of his. I'm enjoying this journey. This journey has been just so exciting, so unpredictable, and I always just look at life like I treat every job like it's my first and my last, because that way you'll always be excited, you'll always be motivated and pumped up for the next one, and you don't get complacent, you don't get lazy, you don't get bored. And I have been very fortunate to have worked with some amazing actors and human beings in my career, and I love to work with Denzel, of course. He's
would be cool.
One of my idols for sure. That's one guy I think if I was to say getting starstruck, he's the one guy that I think would make me have to sit down. It's like I'd have to take a seat around him just for a minute, just to control. Because I've been watching him from forever, and always aspired to be like him, as most young actors I think have. And but I worked with his wife, Pauletta Washington. I did a movie for Lifetime called The Real MVP. The Wanda Pratt story is about Kevin Durant, and Pauletta played Wanda Pratt's mother. So I got to spend time with Pauletta, and she's amazing, and so that's pretty close to Denzel right there.
That's
you don't
Denzel,
get much closer to the man,
Denzel.
right? You know me. I was just like smelling Denzel off of her. I was like, I'll give her a hug. I give her a hug, and I was like, and she's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I hope I'm not creeping you out. I'm just trying to get that Denzel up." But
Well, in my time when I was growing up, they always used to say Denzel. You see like those shows. It was just like Denzel. And the three favorite movies of Denzel is Training Day, The Gangs in New. What is it? Not The Gangs in New York, but what's the one when he's like a drug dealer in New York City?
American Gangster.
American Gangster. I was saying Gangs in New York. That's Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Then Equalizer. And I think because he's such a badass in Equalizer, he's going to be like that, Charles Bronson. You know how in the last years of his films, he was known for that role. He was playing as the badass. And now Denzel has this like Equalizer badass kind of persona, which he plays it so good, man. Well.
And it's so cool to be able to play a role like that at his age. His career is the greatest career that you could really think of, to be able to, like, if you think about the arc of characters that he's been able to create over the span of his career, and at the age he is now, still being able to do action and pull it off as well as he does, like The Equalizer, is very impressive and commendable. So I hope I'm just doing everything to just stay in the zone and stay in the flow and work hard. He has a quote, "Hard work works." Nothing comes without work. You gotta love it, but you also gotta work hard at it. And he's just an extremely inspiring human, and it's not a coincidence that he's who he is, and why he's created the empire he's created is because of his mindset and his work ethic and how he treats the craft. He respects it, and it respects him. So I've learned a lot from watching him over the years. So hopefully he's next in line.
That's in the next movie.
And man, series. Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think about,
or series or whatever.
What do you think about now, not now, but the past few years, there's been a big insurgence of mega movie stars going into the TV world. They're inserting themselves. How do you feel about that? Do you think it's going to be harder for up-and-coming actors or actors that are like still, known but trying to make it, and then all of a sudden like an A-lister comes in and they just got the job? Do you think that's going to help the TV world, or you think it's going to kind of be a little harder to get a job?
Well, I mean, television is a completely different animal than it used to be, back in the 80s and the 90s, with all these different platforms and streaming services that we have. So, and the quality of television, it's like feature film. It definitely has a feature film energy and tone and the writing and the money. They also are paying well, So I think movie stars are turning to television, like, Anthony Hopkins in Westworld and, et cetera, et cetera. There's so many. But I think that there's also a level of stability that you get with television. So, you have a job that you go to every day, the same place, same location, and then you've got a few seasons, hopefully, that it gets to run. And it's a great way to make a living, because you get to stay in that character for a long enough time to really get really acclimated and just really get just really marinate in the character, so that the second, third, and fourth season, it's just like breathing. You don't even have to think about it anymore. You're just that guy, and so I love that. As for is it making it harder for actors to get, actors that are unknown to get work because movie stars are getting those roles? Probably, for sure. Yeah. I mean, they're not going to look at John down the street if, Ethan Hawke wants the role or Colin Farrell or whoever, So definitely that's going to, change the way that the casting's going to go. But I mean, so be it, man. I mean, there's still enough work for everybody out there, regardless if they put, a name in the first and second position. But I dig it, man. I think there's just so much great television on TV now. Like Ozark. I just finished watching Ozark,
yes.
man,
Ozark
season 3, and
wonderful.
oh my God, what an amazing show. Jason
Bateman
is
does so
another.
so
He's a
believable.
beast, man. He's so unreal. Like, I watch that guy and I do not see a script at all. That guy is so authentic.
Yeah, I think it's
He's
real.
So
Do you
in the
think
zone.
it's real?
It's so real. Oh yeah, I believe it. I don't see a script. I swear to God. I swear this guy is just walking in and he is that guy. He's in that world, and I just take notes when I watch Jason. He's incredible, and I'm so proud of his career. And because he had a little bit of a love for a while. He kind of disappeared for a bit. When he was a child star, and then he disappeared for a bit, and then he came back with a vengeance. And he's just, the train is not slowing down anytime soon. So love Ozark, love Westworld, love. There's so many good ones on Netflix,
good shows
Amazon.
out there
so,
right now.
Yeah. I mean, Al Pacino's on Hunters now too on Amazon.
That's Al Pacino, Al freaking Pacino. That was like the way he said it, So
yeah, and that's exactly how you do say it. You say Al freaking Pacino. He's that powerful, and I was very fortunate as well to work with him on Two for the Money years ago with Matthew McConaughey, and I had a small scene in this Gamblers Anonymous meeting, and he had this huge monologue that he came in and did. It was just it was an acting workshop for me, just to sit in the room and watch Al Pacino literally like 3 feet in front of me talking to this group of people and doing his finest Al Pacino, and then in between takes, he was just cool, and he was just, I got to talk to him, and he was very, very warm, and he signed I took my Scarface poster to set. I got this real cool Scarface poster. I took it with me one day, and he signed it for me in his trailer, and I was like, yo, that's just, he didn't have to do that. A lot of people aren't that cool, but he was cool. And it's nice when you actually have fans, when you're fans of certain actors, and or you admire certain actors, and they turn out to be cool. They turn out to be as cool as you'd hope they'd be, because there's nothing worse than admiring someone and then you get an opportunity to meet them, and they just rude or just give you the cold shoulder, and it's just like not the most pleasant experience, and you're just like, oh man, why, like I still want to I still love your movies, and I can't quite watch you the same now because you're such a douche. But fortunately for me, I haven't. I had one, but I'm not going to say who. But most of the I'm not going to blast anybody. But I've been very fortunate with most people. I'll tell you in private, Galaxy. Absolutely. Yeah.
Why do you think, Adrian, people are obsessed with celebrities? Like, why do you think they're so obsessed?
Well, it's a medium. The work that we do it seems very unattainable for a lot of people. It seems so out there, so far out there, and to be able to do it at such a high level, I think that when people get to meet actors, celebrities like that, they kind of have like it's just like they're just in awe a little bit of that energy, that aura that they have because of what they've accomplished. You're in a medium where you're touching and reaching so many people, telling stories. People leave their homes to go to the theater to grab their popcorn and sit in front of a big screen and watch you move them, to watch you make them feel something. And if you're going through something, i.e. depression, any sort of like health issues or whatever emotional strain that you're feeling or experiencing in your life, you go to a movie that actually talks or touches on some of those issues, it could change your whole state. You could go into the movie, sit down one way, and when you leave, you feel like a whole new person. You feel brand new again. You feel inspired. You feel you've expanded. You've grown in some way because of that actor or whoever in the film that their character you identified with and how they handled it. So it's a very powerful medium, and I'm, like I said, so grateful to be in it because I know when I watch actors, when I watch movies, how I feel when I get inspired, when I get moved and touched. I'm like, wow, that's incredible. I'm like, I have the power and the ability to do the same thing that this person has done to me. So therefore, I don't take it for granted. And I really am grateful and appreciate every role I get because you never know who's going to watch you in that role and be moved and touched and taken somewhere by something you said, something you did, whatever. So I think that is why, people can, they get
That's a
moved.
good way to put it. Of course, everyone answers that differently and says a different thing. With being a celebrity comes paparazzi and all that kind of stuff and imagery. And I know a lot of people, a lot of celebrities and actors love them because it's like a way to keep promoting themselves, stay in the spotlight. A lot of people do not like them. Do you think fighters and athletes or someone like Conor McGregor, do you think they're celebrity?
Oh, absolutely. A celebrity is somebody who is in the public eye and has a lot of followers, someone who is famous for whatever arena they're in. You could be a famous poker player, and that person, could be considered a celebrity in their arena. So celebrities come, in all different arenas. So if you're the top of the chain in your field, and your field is a field that is broadcasted across and around the globe, for the masses, then when people see you, they're gonna have, you know what I mean? They're gonna have a moment of, they're gonna be like, oh, there he is. Oh, there she is. I listen to you every day. I hear you. Oh, I watch you. Cool. Definitely.
It's kind of cool that you can become anything you want to be in this world. I know some countries it's hard, but let's say the United States. It's so cool. It's you can be anything you want to be. You can be an actor, a doctor, a lawyer, astronaut, whatever. Of course, some things you got to study harder, and some things, you know what? Let me take that back. You got to study hard in everything. To be an actor, you got to study your ass off. You got to go through these times of life where your skin gets very rough and tough from all the no's and all that. And I call that abuse. I do call that abuse because hearing no 1,000 times, you're being abused. And then you're going to go back to yourself and you're going to look in the mirror and you're going to say, am I good enough? Am I Am I okay? Am I doing the right thing? And then you're on this roller coaster up and down until one day something, clicks, and then you got it, and then it goes from there. And then you have to work hard to keep it, and you got to work 10 times harder to maintain it. Let me tell you something before I go on with that. Everything that you need during these crazy times. And if people are listening, which they are, I want you guys to watch V-Wars. Watch Adrian in it. He's a mild-mannered dude, and then it goes from there.
And then it goes from there. Well said, brother. Thank you for that, by the way. Yeah, really enjoyed that. And yeah, definitely we can relate with, the whole quarantine virus aspect of, what we're, going through in our reality, the show, Life Imitating Art right there,
Oh, absolutely.
Only difference is we're not turning into vampires. It's the only difference, really,
No
which
vampires.
is pretty good.
Do you think vampires are out there? Do you believe in vampires, or do you think it's just a myth or a lore? What do you think?
I mean, I think that it comes from, it's the mythology of it. It's actually, I think there's people that are vampiric type people that, people that drink blood and do things like that. Do I believe in the actual? No, I don't think that there's, people have shaved their teeth to like fangs and stuff like that because they're just obsessed with vampires and they want to have vampire teeth. But I don't believe that there's people sleeping in coffins. I don't know, the whole vampire. No, I don't believe that. No, I think that's all just kind of made up for our entertainment. But the history of it, in Transylvania there was Dracula. There is I don't know all the Dracul and there is a history of a man who lived in Transylvania that was very dark and didn't
Well,
do very
he
nice
used
things
to
and
take his enemies and put them in through these spears on the ground, and he
spears on. Yeah,
and then he got this
right.
mysticism type of thing about him, where everybody thought he would eat people and all that, and he became the vampire. I know it's stuff back then to scare people, but the mindset of it, to drink blood and get energy, and they do all these things, and the creation of Bram Stoker's took that work and made his famous book. But do you think horror icons like Dracula and Frankenstein and all that, do you think they're mentally ill, or do you think they're just evil?
Oh, well, maybe a bit of both. I think it could be a bit of I think they're definitely evil, and to become that evil, I think there's a chromosome missing. There's probably a screw loose,
But you know what we call it evil, right? We call it evil, but to them, they're just feeding. Look at Morbius, right? Morbius, he was a doctor that had this illness, and then he went to search for something, and he, the new Jared Leto movie that's coming out, but it's based on a comic book character, and
I'm not familiar with that.
The vampire has
to
drink blood to stay alive, and so we think of it as evil. Do you think they think of themselves as evil?
No, they are doing what they have to do to survive, and they're being pulled, and there's an urge, and it's a craving. It's something that is uncontrollable.
Same with your character on V-Wars, right?
Which is the same with my character, Michael Fayne. He does not want to harm people. He doesn't want to. He's not a killer. He's a peaceful person, but at the same time, he doesn't want to die. He wants to live. He wants to be able to grow and expand and evolve. But he's basically looking at it as he's been, it's been natural selection. He's been chosen, a product of natural selection, with evolution. And so he's looking at, I am an evolution of our species. So we have now evolved into me, and I'm the first. I'm patient zero. And in order for me to survive, I have to feed. The only way I can feed is to drink blood. It would be great if he could drink from a blood bag, and not have to kill. But he has to drink warm. It has to come from the veins. It has to be warm, from the source for him to survive. For him, so he's doing it out of necessity. It's more he's doing it out of necessity. not because he's getting his kicks off killing people.
Not towards the end, man. Not towards the end.
Yeah, not towards the end, and then who knows where he goes from there. I really hope that we get an opportunity to tell the rest of his story, the story of Dr. Luther Swann and Michael Fayne, because there's so many great stories out there that Jonathan Maberry has written in his incredible books and graphic novels. But unfortunately, if you haven't heard, Netflix has canceled the series for
sad,
a second season,
That's
which
sad.
it's definitely sad
Netflix.
and disappointing. I mean, I found out.
I'm tagging their ass on this.
the day. I found out about it the day before my birthday on March 30th. So it wasn't the best birthday present to hear that news, and I was equally surprised because I know that we have a good story there, and I think we did a great job with the first season. And but it's possible that we could end up on another platform. We're still working on shopping it around and seeing who's interested. So I know that the producers are doing that. So and I want to thank all the fans who have supported us and who have put together a petition online. They've raised, I think, 20,000. I think there's like 20,000 people have signed so far, and they want to get 25. So we're almost there to just let Netflix and let the masses know that there's an audience. It was a great experience, great opportunity, and I hope I get to put his boots on again and play some more, because it was a bit of a tease to not be able to go back, because I know there's just so much more cool shit to do. I was definitely looking forward to that, but yeah.
Oh, absolutely. There's so much more story in there, and I don't want to ruin it too much. If anybody hasn't seen it, it's V Wars on Netflix, but check it out. It's a great show. It's just go, go, go. That it's like never ending go, go, go. There's no like sitting down or anything like that. It's just and you guys did great. You and Ian, and how the friendship is, and then what becomes of it because of the vampire situation and all that. But here's the thing. Everything has a time and place for it to come out. I think if V Wars would have came out now, and they would have pushed marketing behind it, I think it would have blew up 10 times bigger. Like, look at the Tiger King. Like, that show,
right.
It's cool, but, like something like 40 million or 38 million people viewed
I didn't get it.
Crazy.
I was like watching it going, okay, and what is going on here? Like, I watched it, but I just didn't get from it what everybody else got from it. Like, the hype was just crazy.
It's a crazy
so
hype.
Crazy.
Oh yeah, there's TikToks and snaps and all this crazy stuff.
Being in quarantine right now, I mean, any show that's on comes out, I mean, it's going to get a lot of viewers, because I mean, that's all we're doing right now is at home binge watching Netflix, Amazon, and whatever. We're just watching television.
Producers of
we're watching programs.
Should like do something to just launch V Wars right now. I'm telling you, it's gonna hit big. I know it. I feel it, man. I feel it, because there's so many other shows. I don't want to say anything that are not as good as that, and they're doing fabulous. And I don't know.
I know. I don't get it. I know there's shows that I'm like, really? 4th season, 5th season? Like, how is that happening? But hey, I mean, those are the $1 million questions right there. I don't know how they make these decisions, but a lot of it's politics, a lot of it's behind closed doors that are going on that we're unaware of, and
oh yeah,
so I'm grateful for every opportunity I get, and just pray that I'll be able to follow it with something as good or better. I want to keep progressing. I want to keep growing. I want to keep expanding and evolving to bigger and better things. And
do you have
there's something that I ended up booking.
Things are on hold.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, just before we all got on lockdown here, I ended up booking something that it shoots in New York City, and it's a pilot, and it's a big part for NBC. So I can't say anything about it, and the name or anything, but I'm excited about it, and I hope once the cloud clears, we can get to work on that. But it was like I was supposed to fly to New York on the 15th of March, and it was like, nope, boom, everything, this lockdown started, and luckily, I didn't go there and get exposed, because New York is, I pray for New York, and hopefully it gets a lot better soon. But yeah, anyways, that's a project that I have in the works right now. That's I'm excited to be a part of once we all get the green, get the go ahead.
Sci-fi, more superhero, or more like serious, like your some other shows that you
it's a drama. It's it's not sci-fi at all. It's a very, very intense, very thought-provoking drama. It's going to be great cast, and again, New York City is my favorite city. One of my favorite cities for sure in the world, and I've always wanted to work there. And so I'm excited when it's healed and take the show there and have a lot of fun on those New York streets, because it's a character. Yeah, New York's a character. It's a city that has such a pulse, such an energy that it's its own person. It's its own character. And so it's one of those things that you can't really take it somewhere else. Any show that's supposed to shoot in New York, you can't substitute another city as well for it. I mean, they do shoot New York and other cities, but it's hard to duplicate, because the energy of New York it's so unique, and it's raw, and it's New York. There's nothing else to say. Yeah.
Oh yeah, New York is New York. That's what they say. New York, baby. That's how it is.
Yeah, baby.
It's its own world.
That is.
You're gonna do amazing in it, man. Whatever you touch, you do well. Just
Thank you, brother.
Don't be so quiet, man. It's just like, be like everybody else. Go stand in front of paparazzi, say, hey, what's up? You seem like a person that, loves to be an actor, but doesn't really care about all the other stuff with it. I don't know. Am I being honest?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's a job, and I love it, and I respect it, and but I try to keep perspective, and I like to keep my feet on the ground at all times, because I think that's where your value is. I mean, my acting is not who I am; it's what I do. It's not my identity. I'm trying to just be me, and I want people to feel comfortable around me, and not see me as some other unattainable being. It's like, we're all human beings. We all have the same struggles. We all have the same desires and go through the same emotions. We're all humans. We're all part of the same race here. So I love what I do. I'm grateful to do what I do. But at the same time, you got to be in touch with reality, and just being close to my friends and loved ones, and just chilling and having the right people around me that aren't going to just tell you what you want to hear, but tell you what you need to hear. That's the key. Those are the people you want in your corner. The people that are going to champion you and tell you when you're slipping up or not. But I do love going to some of the events, and I'm a people person, so I love connecting to people, and that's one thing I love about this business, is it a lot puts me in a position where I can get to connect with fans and talk to just people from all walks of life, and hear their stories, and be able to share mine, and it's a great exchange. It's a blessing. I'm very, very, very blessed and fortunate to have this, to be in this position, to have this great job.
Hey man,
Yeah.
You sound like it. I can hear it. I can hear that coming right out of the energy coming out. So, with that, you believe in the paranormal?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I believe in spirituality. I believe that there's energy, out there, and that, when we die, that, we hang out here for a little while, before we, ascend. I think that, there's although I don't believe that people who've experienced ghosts and, bumps in the night and things like that are tripping. I think that they've really experienced that. I haven't seen ghosts or anything personally, but I've, heard some things and be like, wait a minute, or felt something, like something brush up on you, and you're like, there's nobody there, and you're like,
You're like, uh-oh.
yeah, wait a second, hey, I thought I was by myself. What's going on? Where you at? No, I believe in the paranormal. Yeah, I think it definitely exists for sure.
Wow. I'm asking you all these about celebrity versus
No, shoot,
famous.
man, I'm great. I'm enjoying this, man. It's so good.
And which one would you choose? Would you rather choose to work all the time as an actor and do well, or would you want to work less but then be celebrated?
Ooh, good question.
Because there are people like that.
Yeah, okay, this is 100%. For me, what I just want to work on good projects, like quality projects, being selective, not working on everything, not working on anything, just working on things that are right for me. I'm not trying. It's not a sprint for me. It's a marathon. I want longevity in this field, in this game. I want to be able to work till I'm the age of Morgan Freeman.
Gotcha.
And Anthony Hopkins and those guys. I don't want to be a bright light too quick, and then you burn out, and then there's nobody checking for you anymore because you got nothing else. You got nothing more to give because you blew up too fast. I think that if you pace yourself and don't say yes to every project, but just say yes to the right ones. Say yes to the ones that actually that you connect with and that you are emotionally attracted to, and then you'll enjoy the work because you're doing something that is feeding you spiritually as well as monetarily, and then every time you go to set, it'll be a blissful experience. Because there are people who say yes to every job and they go to work and they don't really enjoy the character. They don't really enjoy who they're working with or the project, but they're making an okay amount of money, and that's why they're doing it. But they're being spiritually depleted and gassed. And then what happens is you get an audition, or your agent calls you and says that there's another project that they're casting that you'd be perfect for. But meanwhile, you're already tied up in this other role, and you can't do this other part because you've already said yes to this other thing that you just wanted a paycheck for. But had you said no to that other thing, you would have been ready to take on this perfect project that was like written for you and would have just fulfilled you in every way. So that's what I always think about is, I'll admit when I was younger, when you're a young actor, you just want to work, and you don't want to lose that momentum. But as you mature and you grow in the field, you want to be smart with your choices, because again, it's chess, not checkers. You want to be making the right moves so that you have longevity and that people will see you and go, oh, he's good for this. He's great in these roles. He always, every time they hear a certain actor's name, even if the movie's shit, they can go see it because they know that they're going to be amazing in it, and they usually choose roles that fit their strengths, so it's like Daniel Day-Lewis, man. You never see him in every movie. He's only around every now and then, and he's a celebrity. He's a celebrity. He's Daniel Day-Lewis, but he's not about the life. He's not trying to be at every red carpet. He's not trying to, he's not trying to do a bunch of interviews. He's not trying to be look at me. I'm Daniel Day-Lewis. He'd rather go and be a shoe cobbler and go do all these other odd jobs right on the side, and then when Scorsese or Spielberg or whoever comes up to him or emails him or calls him and says, "Hey, I got an idea for this great role, like Lincoln or like Gangs of New York." It's a process. He's particular. He's very specific. Because it's a life force. It's a lot of energy that he puts into these roles, and he can't do it. He can't do it.
5 movies
carelessly.
a year,
He can't
something
be.
like that.
Yeah, he can't be irresponsible with it. He's got to be very careful with how many projects he does and the projects and the actual projects he does, because of his life force and his energy, because he gives his soul, and he goes into that world and studies it and learns. It's like a process for him. So, but then there's actors like Samuel L. Jackson, who I love and admire and respect as well. But, you're going to see 5 movies a year. Samuel Jackson. Like, there was a period where he was in like 3 or 4 movies in a year. Like, he loves to work. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, if that's your thing. But you have to still be careful. He's one actor that got away with it, but not everyone does. And Denzel Washington said a quote. He was being interviewed by Jamie Foxx, and he said, if you drink too much water, you'll drown.
Wow.
And that was a very, very profound statement. And what that means is basically what it sounds like. If you take on too much, eventually, it's not going to have a lasting effect. It's going to be to your detriment, and so you got to want people to be looking for it. You want people to be missing you, to be, where is he? When's he coming out with something? I haven't seen him in a minute.
What year?
yeah. You want people to be excited about you a little bit, So
some also choose because of their children or their significant other, because they don't want their kids to be growing up and then see their dad or their mom in a certain situation, and they feel embarrassed. So there's so many people I chat with on the show, and they tell me I'm very picky because somewhat because of my kids. I don't want
my kids 100%. Yeah. They don't want their son or daughter to see them playing prostitutes and drug dealers and killing everybody, and
or
in a negative,
half naked in the screen all the
or
time.
half naked, or exactly. So they have a responsibility.
What do you feel about that, man?
To their
what
children.
Do you feel like when actors? I know now they have a lot of. They have doubles, but a lot more people are getting more risque. A lot of shows are getting more risque. What do you feel about that? Would you ever do that? Because I know some actors that won't even kiss people on the screen. And they've lost roles. I've spoken to people. They're like, I've lost, maybe hundreds of roles, he said, because I wouldn't kiss anybody, not a woman, not a man, not nothing. And then some will just kiss anybody. Like, what do you feel about that and nudity and all that stuff?
Well, I mean, again, it's a personal choice, and some people are uncomfortable with that. Some people are, it's as long as it serves the story and it's done in a tasteful way, and not just for the sake of getting naked. Then sure. I mean, I've had my share of exposure on screen.
Because you're playing horror stuff, and you gotta you transform and stuff like that. So I get that.
Yeah.
But
but I played a cop in a show years. I did a show that you might not be familiar with. It's called 19-2, and it's a cop show shot up here in Montreal. It took place in Montreal Police Department, and we did 4 years. And my character Nick Band, he got down and dirty, quite a bit on that show. So,
good,
and but again, if it's serving the story and you're professional, and the thing is too, there's cameras everywhere. There's lights. It's not like you're all getting aroused. It's not like that. It's like it's a dance. You got to make sure your angle's right for the light and the camera and this and that, But yeah, some people are comfortable with that, and that's.
Is it nerve-wracking?
They have, yeah.
You've been in those scenes before. So you get nervous, or you're like, it's all good?
I don't really get nervous. No, I'm acting. It's all good. I just hide behind the character, and I just it's not me. It's this guy, and this is his journey, and I'm telling the story. And if I gotta, this is my wife, and we're having some quality time. Well, you gotta have some quality time. And it also helps when you're working with a partner, actor, or actress that is, professional and good as well, and has the same energy and outlook, thoughts, where they approach it the same way you do, and they're just professional. I mean, basically, it just comes down to just being professional. It's your job. You just gotta show up and just do your job and cut, and that's it.
That's it.
Thank you. All right, keep it moving. You go home to your wife. I go, you go home to your husband. I go home to my wife. And, you just, you do your thing.
It's but sometimes when I see TV shows or movies and I see this hot and heavy scenes and things like that, like they do it so well sometimes that you're like, hey,
I know, right? Yeah,
that's great.
You're like, wait, did they really do that?
Of course they didn't. We all know that.
Yeah.
I know what's up. But, sometimes they do it so well. Not do it, but play the role so well. But, it is what it is. And that's why I give so much respect for you, for actors, for everyone in this field, because you're so vulnerable. Everybody's
vulnerable,
vulnerable.
exactly.
Just
we're completely
let it all go for the viewing pleasure of the viewer.
We are open and available for the masses. Everyone's just a little fly on the wall, and they get to see us being private in public.
Oh, well, you're doing it well, Adrian. It's always great chatting with you. I can't wait for everyone to check out V Wars. I want everyone to go to Comic-Cons. I hope this coming year, 2021 should be your year for Comic-Cons. Go to all of them. Be everywhere.
Dude, I'm
gonna
be. Yeah, I'm gonna do my best to make sure that I tackle as many of those conventions as I possibly can. I'm really looking forward to it, and definitely I wanna check that box for sure.
That's wonderful, man. That's wonderful. We're excited about that. Your new projects are coming up. Fans and all the listeners want to get a hold of you. I think your Instagram page is Adrian Holmes.
Yeah.
Perfect. And they
Very
can reach
simple.
out or whatever. I know you're busy. Ladies and gems out there, if he doesn't reply, he's a busy gentleman. It doesn't mean he doesn't like you or anything like that. It just means he's busy. That's all.
Yeah. No love lost. Absolutely. I appreciate all the support. And thank you, Galaxy. Always good chatting with you, man.
Hey, man. Always great chatting with you. Absolutely. And are you ready to sign out from another amazing episode of Comic-Con Radio?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are ready to sign out from another amazing episode. I know there's a virus out there and crazy things, but you're always here with us on Comic-Con Radio. We're here to give you pure entertainment. We love you all. Today, Adrian Holmes gave it down to you, said what's up, gave his mind and his soul and his heart. Watch him in V Wars and all his other movies and shows. He's been on a lot of amazing projects. Check those out. Look him up. Go on Instagram at Adrian Holmes. Follow him. Say what's up to him. No naked pictures, please. Maybe. If he wants it, it's up to him. But anyways, with that said, ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Galaxy for another amazing episode of Comic-Con Radio with Adrian Holmes. Adrian, we got to blow kisses to the universe. Are you ready, man? 3, 2,
I'm ready, brother.
1. Boom.
Wow.
There
boom.
you go. There
Stay
you
positive,
go.
everyone. Stay positive. We'll get through this.
That's right, baby. And with that said, peace.
Peace.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Galaxy signing out from another amazing episode of Comic-Con Radio. Tune in for your daily shows of Comic-Con Radio. Go to comiccon-radio.com. Reach us on social media, Instagram at Comic-Con Radio. Comic-Con Radio, taking the world one listener at a time.
That was fun, man. Thanks, buddy. That was a lot of fun.